Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about Tress of the Emerald Sea and how it connects to The Princess Bride. So, Brandon has mentioned before that part of his inspiration for Tress of the Emerald Sea was the movie The Princess Bride, and I've never seen it. So I wanted to watch it this weekend to see if I could see any of the obvious inspiration points that Brandon took from it. So I saw a bunch of them and it was a lot of fun and a really good movie, so I want to talk about it a little bit here. So as always, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's begin. So, apparently, one of the main reasons why Tress of the Emerald Sea feels like such a fun fantasy kind of magic filled world is because Brandon really wanted to tie it, or at least kind of really wanted to show his inspiration from The Princess Bride, because the story really kind of cropped up from a conversation with him and his wife, I think, about The Princess Bride. Some of Brandon's inspirations are so clear and obvious that had I seen the movie before I read the book or listened to the book, I think some of the little twists would have been spoiled. So, spoilers for both The Princess Bride and Tress of the Emerald Sea, because I want to talk about a couple of those things. So, had I actually seen the movie, I would have realized that, of course, Chuck was Huck was Charlie or Chuck, like so, because the man in black was Wesley. So, and it's really well done in The Princess Bride because it actually took me a little bit to realize that that was Wesley. So, I kind of didn't really pick it up until the movie really kind of wanted you to realize who it was around the time he was about to fight Inigo Montoya the first time. So I thought it was really interesting that Brandon basically applied that exact same idea into Tress of the Emerald Sea, and I just didn't see it at all. I was more concerned and more confused by the idea that there's an invested art that is so much like classic magic that you can turn people into animals and stuff. And of course, that is Aeon Dor and Elantrians, which in hindsight is very obvious that they could do that, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. So that's one of those really big ones that just kind of blew my mind when I was watching the movie after having read the book. I was like, wait, that's totally got to be Wesley. I'm like, oh, that's where Brandon got that idea. Oh, that makes so much sense. I love the way he did it, the way he incorporated it. Another connection that is really cool is the way Brandon kind of sets up their character dynamic, their relationship. So in the Tress of the Emerald Sea, we get the relationship between Chuck and Tress, where basically it's just smiles. Like she knows all of his smiles and she can interpret them in so many ways. And he says so much with so little and stuff. And that's a direct pull from The Princess Bride in the same way. Wesley says, like, as you wish, like that has a million meanings and a million ways he can say it and stuff. And it's all communicated between them in such a way. And I thought that was just really, really well done. And just, had I seen the movie, I feel like I would have picked up on this stuff so quickly because it's so right there, it's so in your face, along with the description. Like, apparently, like Tress looks basically exactly like Robin Wright did back in the day, like the long bushy blonde hair and stuff. Like it's really, really well done. The comparisons between the two, so it feels very much like it's inspired. It feels very much like a child of Princess Bride while being its own thing. And I really like to be able to see writers like obvious inspirations so I can go back and kind of backtrack their thought process and kind of, live in their headspace a little bit as much as I can. And I'm really happy I was able to do that with Brandon's stuff with this one. It's just so much fun. The only downside is I can't come up with the one-to-one parallel of like the character. I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy that says inconceivable every couple of minutes. Like I can't really think of a character that's like a one-to-one to that character. I mean, granted, the Andre the Giant, I believe that's what that is, and like the Giant and him and all like that little trio of characters. There isn't really a clear one to one. They seem to kind of be the entire crew themselves. So it's kind of like little bits and pieces of those personality traits exist in multiple different characters. So it seems like Brandon kind of went with that, along with his skills of creating like a Bridge 4 type crew and, just creating a found family situation very, very well. So the overall story itself is a clear, direct inspiration. It talks about it at the end of the audiobook where Brandon kind of speaks about it a little bit, where the idea of her love gets taken away on a pirate ship, he's captured by pirates or whatever, but she kind of just stays there and she just kind of deals with it, which puts her in the situation of becoming the Princess Bride and stuff. So the idea of what if she didn't just stay there? What if she went off and tried to go find him and stuff? Like that makes so much sense because it's such an obvious thing when you find out. Well, like when you're watching it, it just seems like, especially in the modern, thought process, you're like, dang, why didn't she just try to go after him or something? So it's just really, really clear and very concise. And I just like how it's done like that. And you can almost watch Princess Bride and think about how Brandon was thinking, and you can almost see the exact moment, like, or at least where his wife Emily had that thought and she conveyed it to him. Like, so you can really see the idea of the expansion of all of this stuff. And it's just so much fun. And Princess Bride itself, in general, is just so much fun. I never saw it before. I never ran across it. Never had the opportunity. And it's just such a fun movie. It's so wholesome. It's so, like, warming. It's like a cozy, warm hug or something. I don't know how else to describe it. It's such a good movie. It's so perfectly wholesome. Such a classic setup of a fantasy and such a well-done execution of a fantasy story. And I just really, really like it a lot. And one of the biggest influences from it is clearly the way in which Brandon tells the story. So Hoyd is basically the grandfather telling the bedridden Fred Savage the story. So I just think that's really cool. So I wonder, is Hoyd telling this to like a bedridden kid on Sixth of the Dust or something like that, way off in the future where apparently space travel is way more common? Because I forgot to mention before in my other videos that they made mention that travelers from the stars is like a lot more common than current day Cosmere stuff that we're reading. So that can lead to a lot of stuff. I don't know. I just really liked it. I wanted to talk about it because I've never seen Princess Bride, and the movie is really, really fun. It was very wholesome, very cool, very like cozy, like a warm hug, as I said. And I really, really dig it. And then it makes me really enjoy Tress of the Emerald Sea that much more because I already had those emotions about the book. It already felt like a warm hug, like a classic fantasy story, like classic old school Brandon and stuff. So this kind of elevates my enjoyment of it. So this kind of puts Tress of the Emerald Sea really high up on my ranking list for Cosmere books. At some point, I will probably do a full Cosmere ranking list video, but yeah, for now, this kind of definitely bumps it up there. I really, really enjoy this book, and I am so, so excited for the Year of Sanderson. It has started off awesome, and I just can't wait to see what else is in store. And I can't wait to get those miniatures, because we're definitely going to be doing some painting videos, so that I can just sit there and paint the little chasm fiend and all that kind of stuff, so that ought to be a lot of fun. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you can catch all that cool stuff in the future. And as always, I will talk to you all next time. Peace.